Hi, it's Nonna. Guess what? I got another phone to use to record videos so I don't look all wavy and in a big cloud. Well, I am making, guys, some homemade blueberry cobbler, and it'll be done. I have to take it out of the oven, so I was going to let y'all check that out. So what's up? Guys, see? Uh-oh. I'm sorry. See? Here we go. Since I started recording the screen like that. Anyway, I hope you can hear me. I forgot I can't just whisper. I don't have my earbuds in. I'm about to take the blueberry cobbler that I made for the guys out of the oven, and I was going to show it to you guys. A couple more minutes. So, you guys are getting a new tree house. That's awesome. I bet your cousins cannot wait to come over and play in it. You guys are so lucky. New tree house, new play area, play yard, guys putting a fence and all kinds of things. I miss you guys. As soon as we can travel safely without picking up the virus on the way, we will be there to put a roof on your house. So we're just waiting for the oven. Nonna is lazy these days. I don't know what to do with myself without y'all. My days were so full when I was there with y'all. We had so much fun together. Oh, I miss y'all. Let's check on the blueberry cobbler. Still not ready. So, I guess we could do a book while we're waiting. Let's see. I actually have books laying around. Let's see. Oh, we've already done those. Here's one we haven't done. Back to the kitchen. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Tail of the rails. There we go. Tail of the rails. Good morning, you three, says V. Today, Wilson. Hold on. Let's start at the beginning again. We better take the cobbler out of the oven first. This is going to be fun. Okay. Tail of the rails. Based on the story by Simon Jowett, adapted by Eric Berman. Good morning, you three, says V. Today, Wilson and Coco and Brewster have a special job. They must all haul the materials to a construction yard on the other side of Chuggington. A tough job for any chugger. Since these three are young trainees, they'll have old Puffer Pete to help them through. There's a lot you can learn from a girl like old Puffer Pete, says V. Old Puffer Pete leads the trainees to the loading yard to pick up their materials. Be sure to spread your load evenly, Woodworm. You too, Cupcake, says Puffer Pete. That looks uneven. Beeswax. I've seen beeswax. I've seen lots of trouble with uneven loads over the years. The young chuggers giggled at old Puffer Pete. He's so slow and clunky, says Wilson. Noisy too, says Brewster. And he can't even remember our name, says Coco. I'll show you the pictures of the trains after we get through the story since it's so audible. It's an audible book with the buttons on the side. Okay. The trains zoom ahead of old Puffer Pete, hauling their loads with ease. They soon come to a fork in the tracks. I wonder where these rails lead, says Wilson. Don't know, says Brewster, but it looks like they're not in use anymore. Old Puffer Pete catches up. These are the tracks to the old town of Chuggington, he says. It used to be quite something back in the glory days of steam. The trainees are curious, but there's no time to explore. Wilson, Coco, and Brewster cruise way ahead of old Puffer Pete. So far ahead he can't see them. Old Puffer Pete continues to chug along slowly and steadily. The trainees begin to slow as their uneven loads are making them tired. Soon old Puffer Pete comes up alongside them. Follow me, young chuggers, he says. A steady pace and an even load is the only way to ride this road. And he pulls into the lead. Old Puffer Pete arrives first at the construction yard. Wilson pulls next, followed by Brewster and Coco. He backs into the work site and unbuckles his load. It looks so easy. But the trainees know it's not. Nobody hauls a load like you, Pete, says Coco. Not bad for an old chugger, he replies, eh? The trainees start back to the depot to CV. Race you, says Coco. I'll beat you this time, Wilson says. Hey, head start, says Brewster. Old Puffer Pete grins. Oh, I wish I had their spark, he says. Speeding ahead, the three trainees soon came to the fork in the rails. Let's explore these old tracks, says Coco. I'd like to see what old Chuggington was like. Wilson and Brewster aren't so sure, but they follow along. The three young chuggers coast through the old town. It has been deserted for many years. Weeds grow inside the tracks and rust covers the buildings. Everything looks old, says Coco. Even older than old Puffer Pete's, jokes Wilson. The trainees explore the old town until they come to a dead end. I think we should go back, says Brewster. We don't want old Puffer Pete to get worried. As the trainees reverse, they realize they're lost. Wilson accidentally bumps into something. A loud noise fills the air. It's the old Central Junction whistle. Wilson and Coco and Brewster are startled by the whistle. Suddenly, old Puffer Pete chugs up. He says he heard the Central Junction whistle in the distance and came to check it out. I thought I was hearing things, he says, but there's no mistake in the Central Junction whistle, even after all these years. Old Puffer Pete knows the old town rails like he knows his own pistons. He'll lead the trainees home. But first he wants to give them a tour. Old Puffer Pete shows the young chuggers the sights of the town, starting with a large rusty turntable. This was always my favorite place to let off steam, says old Puffer Pete. He pulls in above the creaky turntable gears, then he begins to puff. Rattling rivets, old Puffer Pete uses his steam to make the turntable spin round and round, like a merry-go-round, for chuggers. He tells Coco to hop on. You got my name right, says Coco. You're so much fun, Pete, giggles Coco. We've learned lots today. V was right about you, Wilson says. Will you take us out again someday and teach us more amazing stuff, asked Brewster. It'll be my pleasure, youngsters, says old Puffer Pete. Hooray, shout the trainees. The end. Tale of the Rails. Tale of the Rails. And then they're going to work. Trying to race. They finally get to where they gotta let the load off, unload it. This is Wilson's the red one. See, this is the button that says then Brewster. This is Brewster. Coco. Oh, my bad. This is Wilson. Coco. Brewster. Oh, Pete. V. And then this is what it sounds like when they were unloading the construction yard. And this is them when they got lost in the old town. And old Puffer Pete came to the rescue, didn't he? Well, let's get that blueberry cobbler out of the oven. I've already turned it off. I'll show you. Blueberry cobbler. Secret recipe with, if I tell you now, it won't be a secret. It's Pop-Tarts on top. I love you, girls. I will see you in a little while. I'll make y'all another video when Jacob and Floyd get home. Bye, my girls, my 4 girls.